Welcome to the Lazy Revolver Podcast. I'm Sage.
More energy.
Zane.
Patrick!
What's Nate's name for today?
Today the name shall be Phoenix.
Phoenix,
Right?
right? Almost said Marcus. Phoenix Marcus.
Marcus Phoenix.
Realized it was not a name. It's backwards. It's a name. That does not work the same way. So we have no topics today to talk about, apparently.
Yeah, that was an
It's gone
interesting
silent.
one. I remember just coming here today and being all, what are we going to talk about?
I put up my guard. Ow, I hit my mic. I put up my guard ready for you to like make some stupid comment, and you didn't. So I'm like, I'm off put. I'm off my game, Nate. What do I gotta do?
Because of you.
It's all because of you. Only you.
Because I'm pointing out your imperfections right now.
That's true. I am not perfect, but you know what is perfect?
Rosario Dawson's body.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, that's it.
I think we can end the podcast on that. I think we can stop the podcast right there. I'm pretty sure we're pretty happy about that. You think she's gonna be in any movies coming up?
She's gonna be in. I know she's gonna be in the Daredevil on Netflix. The series that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be in that. I know that for sure because I was reading something and I was like, Rosario Dawson. I love Rosario Dawson.
I will watch this now
Yeah, I would
because of her.
I was like, Daredevil, maybe. Rosario Dawson, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it changed my whole entire
She,
just like perspective of
the whole movie.
the whole entire series at that moment. I was like, oh, it's gonna be really good. Why? Rosario Dawson.
just gotta be instant 20 scale Rotten Potatoes.
Oh, hell yeah.
But that was good. Did you see the movies before the old Daredevil movies? Are you a Daredevil
Movies
fan?
You're counting Elektra?
Yeah,
too?
I'm
You
technically
can't count
Electric
spin-offs.
counts.
You can't technically
There
count
were
a spin-off movie.
there were parts with Daredevil was in that though. What wasn't he?
No.
There was some flashback scenes. I'm
Oh,
pretty
you
sure.
can't. No, you don't count flashback scenes.
Cameos totally count.
No, they don't.
That's like saying that.
What if
What?
that totally counts?
So that
No,
means,
no,
it's
that's like-
canon.
so,
It's canon.
So
That's like saying that Loki turning into Captain America in the last Thor movie was actually Captain America.
yeah, it was Captain America. He was in it. It was Chris Evans. he somehow got the Sorcerer's Stone, wherever it was.
Exactly.
I didn't know that Harry Potter was in this too.
Now that's canon. It was mentioned in a podcast
It's canon.
that nobody watched.
Hey, no. The people
And so
who
now-
are watching this are the ones who are going to make the best movie ever. We're going to have Star Wars, Harry
Nope.
Potter,
No. Just stop.
Spider-Man.
Have you seen that? Patrick Oswalt. Have you seen that? It was on Parks and Rec. Did you see that? His pitch for Star Wars 7. It's an old video, so I don't know if you guys seen it.
It was ridiculous.
He pitches how Star Wars 7. He opens it up and it's like it's totally improv. The whole thing. You definitely. I'll post a link to it. But he talks about it and then he says how Thanos comes out of nowhere, and that's how Star Wars and Marvel universes are going to be mixed together, and that, and I think he had to actually he had to call cut at the very end of it. Like he just kept going. It was amazing. I gotta watch that again.
What if someone actually made a movie for that?
They should.
You mean like a fan-made movie or like a legit like
A legit
Disney
movie.
present like?
I think they would actually make their budget back because so many people would see
I
it.
wouldn't watch that.
Like
Disney
the masses would just flock to it, like they do with the Transformers
Disney
movies.
presents Star Wars and Marvel characters in the same exact universe from a very, very medium time in between the very, very long time ago in present day.
Technically,
Average time.
technically, they could
average
totally do that. They could totally do that. They own
Oh.
Lucasfilms, don't they? Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah.
they could, based on that one script that one dude said in that one show. Faithful representation.
That would make no sense. Next, they're gonna buy Star Trek, and this are just all gonna go to hell at that moment.
That's true.
Because Star Trek had what?
But-
Time travel in it, so they can just open up
yeah.
universes and then just shoot all the way back.
But the funny thing is all of their properties they'll only have one director. J.J. Abrams will direct
Too
all
much
of the movies.
flair. I can't do it with the flare. I can't.
The new Peter Pan movie directed by J.J. Abrams.
Oh.
Lens flares everywhere, wherever Tinkerbell is.
Yeah, that reminds me, the new Star Wars trailer. You lost a bet.
Oh,
the
what did I
lightsaber
lose?
wasn't a lens flare.
It wasn't. I totally
thought it
thought
was
there
a
was going to be a
book.
lens flare for the lightsaber battles. Have you seen the
Oh.
J.J. Abrams
I saw the teaser one where
teaser?
like the black guy randomly stands in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
He's like,
Yes.
I was like, what the
But
hell?
I actually imagine
represent.
a lot of people shooting their screens going, "Oh, it's coming right at us."
What?
But well, did you see the joke trailer? They took a bunch of old clips from like all the Star Wars battles, and then they just put lens flare everywhere during the Star Wars battles. I was expecting something like that.
I could see it. It could work. It could definitely play.
He had lens flares in a cave, like shaded from the sun. He was still having lens flares in the Star Trek movie.
Oh,
I
yeah,
rewatched
yeah.
that and I was just like, where is it coming from?
From the snow, you know.
Yeah,
it's-
man. Have you ever been in the snow, man, in the blizzard? Because when the sun breaks through, it breaks through hard.
That's true.
And it shine. And then remember all the.
It's an alien planet. You don't know.
And the snow is technically crystals.
Uh-huh.
That's why he had to get out of there, else he would have died.
Fascinating.
Yeah, so that's where the.
I thought it was the gaggle.
You know what? I feel like
showing
you could have directed this movie.
I
You
did.
should have. You did. I knew it.
I directed it for him. Me and M. Night.
What
That's
I'm what I'm learning is that you and JJ have never been seen in the same room together. So there's the possibility it could be there.
He leaves, and then I drive in with a black limo with the blacked out windows.
Why's it gotta be a black limo?
Yeah. Huh?
Why's it gotta be a black limo?
Because black power.
Oh, okay. I get it. All right. I feel like this side of
Would
the
you
room
white
just
out
got a
your
little bit
windows?
further over.
Would you white out your windows
White
like
limo,
that?
white
I don't
out.
think that works.
You're just crashing.
You're supposed to
everything.
not draw. You know,
You gotta feel
wanting
the
to
road.
draw attention.
You gotta
Do it?
Matthew McConaughey it.
So
Like,
you have to have Toph driving for you?
yep.
Okay.
Oh god. Can you imagine her driving?
Yeah, I can.
I can't
She can feel the vibration, so it's perfectly fine. The car's always on, so she's feeling like everything, so it all works.
Fill up the gas. Car's on. Don't ever turn it off.
Yeah, she's like, I can't. Okay, I see a baby over there.
Well,
Shut
this-
the baby face.
This long segue is kind of leading into the fact that one of the things that happened this last week was Spider-Man just got approved to be put in an Avengers movie. He will actually be showing up. I see
Interesting.
unhappy faces.
The reason why.
I really don't care for Spider-Man. I'm just gonna say it
Really?
right now.
I
They're
grew
not
up on
gonna-
Spider-Man.
They're not gonna find the right person to play it because everyone can agree on, like, do you go with the old Peter Parker, like the show, like geeky,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna fall and get beat up by people, or
Apparently,
Yeah.
geeks stutter a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, bitty, yeah.
Yep. Now they're
That's
Porky
the
Pig.
Spider-Man I don't like.
No, it's. I think they haven't found an actor to do the right balance of the clumsy, not sure of himself, the teen outcast, you
Right.
know? And then have him become a complete jerk, wisecracking Spider-Man, and then he slowly turns into a mixture of the two. He's an outcasted wise ass who likes to be on his own, but yet wants people to draw into him. He's a natural leader, so they can't find, like, the first movie should be that, like, they're two different people, and
Right.
then the second movie should be the start of the mixture of both those characteristics, and the third movie should be like, well, there you have it, Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Well, you're
Yeah.
you're talking about first movie, second movie, third movie. Like, are you talking about Spider-Man movies, or are you talking about like
I'm
the?
talking about all of it together.
Uh huh.
Because the only time
Okay.
we really got it is in the animated series, and they barely even got it in that.
Well, they're
Yeah.
thinking of almost doing a. I mean, there's speculation that they're actually going to get a completely new Spider-Man, which means a possibility of a whole new origin story, just like they did for the last one.
The
One more
Black
origin
Spider-Man is coming.
The Black
Okay.
Spider-Man.
All right, let's start with the Black Spider-Man stuff, okay?
Once again, this side feels. Snowball side feels. That's our team name.
It's just you.
Snowball. Just me.
Yes.
I'm alone.
Yeah, Zane can be
I
on
got
our
it in my
side.
soul.
Zane apparently is blacker than I am.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I don't know about changing the race of the character just to do it.
Well, I mean, they did that with Nick Fury. I mean,
Nick
comic
Fury-
was white guy and turned into Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, here's my rebuttal.
They had-
Here's my rebuttal. They're going off
Well-
the Ultimate comic books, not the
That's true.
Earth 30. Or was it Earth 316 or 616 Earth?
Well, yeah, but
Marvel.
I mean,
which for you guys that'll be the regular canon Marvel because I'm a nerd. Anyway.
as much as you can say, you know, they're going off of this canon or that canon, which is, you know, the main speculation that anyone makes. Really, they're just making up their own stuff. I mean,
Well, that's what Ultimate Marvel Universe is. It's Brian Michael, whatever his name is, Brian Michael Brandon.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He was just like, "No, it'd be cool if this happened instead of this," and then everyone was like, "Yeah, what if Nick Fury was Samuel L. Motherfucking Jackson?" Like,
you censored yourself.
He was
yeah.
very.
I get Samuel L. Jackson would feel disappointed.
Well, I don't know.
Want
if
these
kids are gonna watch
motherfucking
this.
steaks, motherfucking plane, motherfucking Samuel L. Jackson.
That new movie.
We
was
got an
awesome,
explicit
though.
tag. Don't worry. If they're watching, you know, I'm sure we're gonna be the bane of some parents somewhere.
Yeah, those people need to stop cursing on that.
Different bane, but I like the reference. We're continuing with the
and
comics.
we actually were talking about making a new logo.
Huh? You know what?
We are talking about making a new logo, but we'll announce that a little bit later. Tease.
It's gonna be a chia pet.
It will be. Actually, that's gonna be the first item in the store. Grow your own lazy revolver, apparently, or whatever we become.
Yeah.
Big tease. But that's the Ultimate Universe. I mean, yeah, I do agree with you. It's that, but it's kind of the same thing with and I'm taking us back to Star Wars. It's kind of the same of, you know, they know the canon's there, you know, they know the comics are there and everything like that, but they're not. I mean, they're, you know, the movie is its own beast. It has kind of taken on an identity of its own.
No, you're completely wrong about that.
Ooh. Fight me. Okay.
All right. So let's go with this one. You have Star Wars, the original,
Yes.
right? Then you have all the other books, comic books
Right.
that became canon.
True.
Boom.
All of them are canon.
Yes.
So they're not in a different universe. It's not someone going, well, this is my depiction of the universe. This is me continuing on with that guy did right before me.
Right.
Unlike movies, unlike when you have someone who's saying this character's here, you have Nick Fury. You have him as a white guy and a
Whoa.
black guy.
Are we talking about Star Wars? We talking about?
I'm bouncing
Okay.
back and forth.
I
Stay with me, guys.
you got me on both sides.
Keep it up.
I got blindsided by that Nick Fury.
I'm just saying, like,
Star Wars and Nick Fury.
yeah.
Okay.
So like, if
He is
you're-
Darth Vader.
Yes. That'd be great.
Samuel Jackson
Samuel
is a
Jackson.
new.
That's how we know.
Vader.
That's how we find out.
All right, but what I was gonna say was, you can't compare the two examples because like Star Wars, the movies aren't their own beast.
Right.
The movies are a part of a franchise, which is all a continuum. The TV shows, the books, the comic books.
That's true. The only thing is they have announced, and this is just for Star Wars specifically. I'm not 100% saying this for Marvel, and all the Marvel franchise. But they have said that Episode 7 is not considering the books and the comics that came after Episode 6. They're not considering that that canon in their plot.
Yeah.
So they're essentially rewriting. I mean, that's where they're talking about. The trailer showed like things like Revan and things like that, old Legacy era stuff, Star Wars stuff. I know where
Did they show Revan?
they had they think they saw Revan mask, and I like see blurry images of whether or not it was or is or isn't and everything like that. They have the crossblades, which was canon beforehand, but they're saying that anything after Episode 6, the comics and the books, aren't exactly being held to strict. The stuff that has become canon, they're not really strictly adhering to that.
It's kind of like a slap in the face because everyone who's like talks about the extended universe of Star Wars,
Right.
is just going to be like, well, that's a waste of time.
Well, now you'll have two different audience. You'll have the comics and books audience, and you'll have the movie audience. I mean, the movie audience. That's why I say it's a very different beast because the people that are like, I know Star Wars, but they only know the movies. Which I'm kind of like that. I know a little bit of the extended universe, but I'm not like really deep in that. I couldn't hold my own in a conversation, but it's one of those things where there is that different audience, and I see movies and especially Disney ever like they're kind of splitting those two audiences apart.
Well, that's what DC's been doing for years. That's why they suck so bad.
All right.
No, seriously, like not to. I'm just saying, like, when you have movies like all the Superman, Batman movies are completely separate from the continuum of the comics, it kind of like brings you to go. None of this. Like, if someone were to watch the Dark Knight trilogy, and then pick up a Batman like comic book, they would be like,
Yeah.
where's Rachel? Like,
Very different. They're very different.
They're very, and that's the thing that kills it. At some point, like, that's why like I like DC, like TV shows more because like Arrow and the Flash and Constantine, they have this different. Like they even say like, by the way, guys, this is nothing to do with this, but we're taking all those elements and we're just pooping it out. As
Right.
we can. And hopefully you guys will not be mad at us.
Well, that's been my problem with with Western comics in general, and why I grew up actually with like manga and anime and things like that more so than comics. Even though my father, he was a big Marvel fan, did a little bit of DC, but mostly Marvel, and that's what I grew up on. But I think that's one thing I always had problems with was like if you walk into a comic book shop nowadays, it's like you got to really hunt to find the first issue of anything. It like any franchise, I'm usually when I get a comic, it's issue 76, and I'm starting in the middle wherever there's a bunch of stuff that I'm already assuming. So I do think that the people that were taking the elements, were taking Batman. I even saw one. It was like a black and white Ninja Turtles, and it was like super gritty and.
It's the original comic book.
No.
one gets
This
super
was a remake because it was like they were wearing like trench coats and stuff.
That's
Is it really?
Run, yeah.
That's the original.
Well, I found the original on accident,
That's the original.
and I
It gets
was
dark,
super
dude.
confused. I was super confused because I grew up on the kids TV show, and I was like, this is.
Fun fact about that, no one who read the comic books liked the TV show. People were like,
It all depends on where you
Turtles.
come in.
Well,
Well, let's
they started as like a joke on Daredevil, I think, right?
Yeah, they started.
It was
Yeah.
kind of like a joke about Daredevil
Yeah.
because all the turtles were supposed to be like blind, and that's why their eyes were whited out, and it was very
Yeah.
gritty and dark.
Well,
And then it became
so.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The good version.
Well, maybe
What?
the comics seem to have gotten convoluted. There's like people losing hands and robots, and
Well, that's
this dude becomes
They're all zombies.
Raphael becomes
They're all
a
zombies.
shredder later.
yeah. It's
Spoiler.
Oh my god!
I'm
how
not
could
there
you-
yet.
Oh man! So it's been like
Okay,
what,
okay,
30
okay.
years? God.
You ruined the whole
If
universe
we
for me. I'm
pass
done
the
with Turtles now.
Now I'm not watching the movie.
The
Screw you, Michael Bay.
No, seriously, screw you, Michael.
What's the universal average for saying that it's no longer a spoiler? Like
After 2 years, that's my.
After-
If
2
it-
years?
For movies, it's 2 years. For TV shows, it's a year.
I'd say 2 seasons, depending on what that is. Sometimes that's
Well,
a
that'd be
year.
2 years then.
Sometimes.
Okay.
I mean, you
Pretty
can sometimes have like a season every half year, depending on how fast the
Oh,
production
yeah.
is.
Yeah, sure.
There are a couple of those, but not many. All these big budget like HBO movies and shows that are they take 2 years to come out with a season. And Sherlock, you're not HBO, but you're BBC and I.
hey, but they have
so
amazing seasons.
They do have amazing seasons,
Yeah,
but
Matt
they're it's
Baker.
like it's one of those things where it's like I'll catch up to the. I mean the episodes are like almost half a movie long, so like two
Yeah.
episodes are like
No, they're a movie
watching.
long.
Are they
Yeah.
2
Yeah,
hours?
they're like 80 minutes long. That's,
Okay,
That's
well-
an average movie.
Okay,
Average
well,
movie time.
I go by
Nowadays.
about 2 hours ish. So yeah, but
What movies have you been watching? Like,
Yeah.
you watch epic movies?
I watched director's cut Ninja Turtles. Just saying,
Which
I-
one?
fantastic,
Which-
all of them.
Hold on, real fast.
Director's cut Ninja.
Even
Mhm.
the third one, director's cut.
I haven't actually seen the third one, so
There's-
I'm talking out of my ass.
I don't think there is. I don't think there is a director's cut for.
There's
Ninja-
always a director's cut. There's always a director's cut.
I think that's only when
Even
you're big.
even it's like one or two. No, man.
If
Yeah,
you
it's like-
email the director and say, "Can you send me a cut of your film?" They will take time out of their schedule to send you their film.
Their agent will hate you to death, but they'll take time to send you an exclusive
for
cut.
all of $2.
Yep.
We will re-edit this movie for you.
And Michael Bay's argument to his agent will be all, "Hey, but this kid really likes my work."
That yeah.
He has to see the
He
original
sees the
cut.
vision.
He's 1 in a million. He's 1 in a million at this point.
Are you serious right now? We're working on Transformers 7.
14,655.
Yeah, but I
More
want to see the
explosions and
unedited
more
version. I want to see the Transformers where it's all a one shot the whole time. That's
Actually, if Michael Bay could do that,
Oh.
I'll give him props. But he can't do that.
Yeah.
'Cause he's
No,
Michael
can you
Bay.
imagine
if Michael Bay could shoot a movie without using any visual effects, I would be very impressed.
The Rock.
The Rock? No, he there was visual effects in that.
Oh,
There
yeah.
had to have been.
You mean, are you talking about CGI or visual effects? So
All
we had
of it.
explosions?
All of it.
Well, what director doesn't use visual effects?
Indie filmmakers.
That's
No,
neither.
wrong.
Watch our films.
Wrong. We
Robert-
even know.
Robert Rodriguez.
That's true.
We even know an indie director right now who's
Okay, me, because I don't have a lot of money.
no.
There.
Robert
Even,
Rodriguez only had $1,000.
even now, do we count the
It's
credits as
I have
visual
none.
effects?
What?
Do we count 3D credits as visual effects?
Do we?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not if they're like a guy standing in front of the camera just dropping the cards for that's the credits.
That's the credits.
What is this, Monty Python?
Could be. More British TV that takes forever to come out.
And you eat up all of it.
Yeah, because it's good television.
It-
The crap we have here.
I love
Well-
listening to
Yeah.
British actors. I don't know why. British accents make everything funnier.
What?
Everything to me, a British accent makes everything
No,
10 times funnier.
You're a sophisticated comedian. Like, you like sophisticated comedy, don't you?
I do. I does.
So that's
No,
that's the thing
no.
is- hold on.
Retract that statement. I know you. You do not.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I don't think
alright,
you like anything
What's your
sophisticated.
comedy? What's your comedy?
I that's a very general question. You got to give me some options. Give me some
no,
options
no.
here.
The option is
Okay.
give me the answer. What's your comedy?
Okay.
There, you know the genres. Slapstick. There's what is it? Brown nose or something.
I don't
That's
know.
a toilet humor stuff.
I
Oh, yeah,
can't-
yeah.
Uh,
Pretty-
high brown
yeah.
comedy.
Dark
Yeah.
humor.
This is a hard question. I was not prepared for this.
Well, you said you
Um,
like sophisticated
I-
British humor.
I like British people saying funny things. I don't know if that's really a genre.
That's not a genre.
Exactly. I think curse words with a British accent just to me take the insult out of it, make it funny.
You
What
really
what
don't
kind
know
of
how the British people do.
what kind of comedy is that? I don't know what
It's,
kind of
it's comedy, but done in a different accent.
exactly. that that's sometimes you just got to be British to make it. That's how
Or white, pretty much.
or white.
You heard that. It wasn't just me.
He's
It's
British.
Are all British people white? Is that what you're implying?
Yes, all British people.
All
Luther-
British people
the
are
guy who
white.
plays Luther, what's his name?
Idris Elba.
Thank you. He's not. He's not British. He's African British.
Wait, is
He's
that
black British.
is
It's
that
a whole
actually a
different
thing? African British.
It's a
I
whole
thought it was
different
like-
type of British.
Yeah. Such
I think it's funny. I keep on leaning like this to talk to you guys, and I look at the camera, and my head's just cut off. That's just.
Well, your life
That's
was
my
body.
camera shot.
Sage, Don't mention the camera. No one's gonna
Oh, that's
be able
true.
to see the visual.
We're not recording this.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
Don't look at the camera. It's awkward. It's only awkward when you see it. Zane,
Yeah.
you've been very quiet this
Yeah, man.
whole
Yeah,
time.
Are you about to cry?
Man. I'm crying right now, actually. They just can't see it. It's really far.
I don't cry.
Well,
Well,
Kim-
you heard it
awesome.
here,
Good
folks.
Kim Jong Un doesn't cry.
Good topic.
Kim Jong-
Who does it?
What?
He doesn't defecate either.
What?
Kim Jong Un.
Do you poop? Let me ask you, do you poop?
Okay, I guess you guys talking about the interview. Right?
Yeah. What do I
I had
do?
an argument
Wait,
with
you're gonna have to fight the tiger. What? I don't want to fight the tiger. Fight the tiger. That one was my favorite scene of the whole thing. I don't want to do this, guys. I don't feel safe. That's a movie, by the way. That movie is like a movie that you can kind of you can take sections of it, like lines from it, and it's really funny. But then when you actually watch it, you're just like, it's okay.
That's
It's,
not a movie
it's
to
fine.
watch.
What?
That's a movie to Tumblr. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You take like little snippets.
You wait till somebody else watches the movie, and then you just like the interview. Search.
Yep.
That's funny. That's funny.
Take
So
the little bits out of it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna watch a whole entire Seth Rogen and James Franco movie ever again.
Really?
Yeah, I like this.
The
is
Dream
end.
Team? Dream Team does
This,
do it for
this
you?
the end was the end of me watching those two together.
This is
it was
the
a
end
good
was
movie,
pretty.
Uh,
Yeah.
but because Craig, I was gonna say Craig Ferguson, Craig Robertson. No,
Craig Robinson.
no, the black guy. Craig,
Yeah.
the black guy.
Yeah.
In the I forgot his last name.
Craig.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember their name.
He's from Hot Tub Time Machine too.
Okay.
Yeah.
He made a lot of that movie to me. Because
Yeah.
he'll say something and he'd be like, he does a look. And
I
it's
just-
it's like,
Yeah.
it's
I
like-
just remember the last, like, right before he dies or whatever, where he's running towards the demon screaming, "Take your panties off," and I was all, best thing in the entire movie.
That's right.
Take your panties off.
Take your panties off.
Swinging his shirt like he's going into battle. I'm all, yep, best movie ever.
No, my favorite
Goes
part.
up to heaven.
My favorite part was like the first of like when the hole breaks open and I think it's Aziz. I'm sorry.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Was he was in that?
Yeah, he was in the
Barely.
whole
During
yeah, like,
the
there's a
during
lot
the
of-
party scene.
A
There
lot
was
of people died in
There
the
was a
beginning.
cameo, literally. The whole
Lot-
entire party was just a cameo.
That whole movie
Yeah.
was a cameo. I mean,
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
honestly,
Yeah.
they all played themselves.
Yeah, then they had Emma
And made fun of
Watson,
them.
and then she,
Emma Watson, she became like she was hot, but then that scene just like that was just too funny.
We're not
Yeah.
gonna rape her. What are you guys talking about?
She hit him in the nose. I was like, all right.
This was just a big misunderstanding.
just want to ask, who has a furniture of a dick in their house?
James Franco.
Yeah, are you surprised?
I'm
Yeah, I wasn't really surprised by any of that movie. I was like,
James.
check it out.
Okay, I'm the only one surprised.
He's been doing a lot of comedy lately, but he just signed on to do an Edgar Allan Poe series. I think it's a
Ooh.
TV series, and that's gonna be I would think serious. I don't think he.
Hmm.
I mean, he's smiling in the picture, so I don't
Like
really
what,
know.
the
But
Raven?
It's-
They're gonna try to redo the Raven again.
The Raven was good. I don't care who you are. That was a good movie.
but I'm kind of curious
Andrew
if
Singh.
that's gonna make that if he's gonna try to do that comedy or not, because it's Edgar Allan Poe. He was kind of a depressing dude,
I feel like they're gonna be like
He was deep.
he was deep, man.
deep, depressing. You know,
Same
both
difference.
starts with D's.
D's nuts.
Of course,
D-
thank you. Very classic.
We know what kind of
Had to.
comedy Nate likes.
Had to.
But yeah, no, I'm curious to see because that's gonna be a very very it's different from like the last really serious thing that I saw him do was that 100 and some hours,
Oh, it's like 3
Oh,
days, whatever.
127 hours.
There we go.
bunch of
Yeah.
100.
hours, cut off my arm.
Yeah,
Spoiler.
Yeah, it was a
Wow.
guy who cut his arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the whole entire story. Was
But
like,
that was a
how
true
long?
story too.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
the longest 2 months of my life for that story.
2 months.
It was the rat kept running. It was like he cut off his arm.
The movie felt
So-
like the longest 2 months of my life as well. It was pretty slow.
I couldn't.
How slow do you guys watch these movies at like?
No,
half speed.
No, I'm talking about the story. I'm talking about the actual
Oh, okay.
story.
Yeah,
The news story that it. Do you know
the real
news?
thing.
News is like it's like historical moments having like going presently, like going. when
Yeah,
they're-
yeah.
That's what news is, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
127 hours.
Yeah, that's
The
that's
actual
our movie.
story
Yeah,
going
it's the
presently.
The actual news
News.
coverage lasted like 2 months. This guy, you see if you look over here where he fell down, you can see a little bit of the blood on the rock over here.
That's actually
He
surprising.
cut his arm with a little pocket knife. It was really disturbing. Yeah, we're gonna go right back to you guys. Puppies, and that was pretty much.
So-
I did not watch
That
any
was a
news.
summary of what
So
every
I'm gonna-
news story is ever of all time.
something tragic. Puppies are babies.
Puppies or babies?
It's always puppies are babies.
I'm gonna now label this a news podcast just off that snippet.
Hey, you work at
That's
you
gonna go
work
off
at a
of-
station, don't you?
That's gonna go on our Welcome to YouTube channel.
You work at the station, don't they bring in some puppies?
Puppies and immediately after someone gets their arm cut off, that's we have a puppy. We have a puppy on standby at all times just in case.
All right, guys, that was disturbing. Here's a puppy.
Because you know that's how we brainwash people is just by telling them how their lives are gonna be ruined. So 5 million jobs are being taken away from you guys. But here's a tortoise on its back.
Oh, I just realized. Best news show ever and would make millions. Oprah giving the news.
No.
But only depressing stuff. So then every time she's done, just look under your seat.
Yep.
Guess who gets a new car?
There's no way
I
in the
didn't get
studio
in my
either.
house, Oprah.
Yeah. Everyone watching just suddenly has things under their chair. Oprah cushion. It's a new chair you have to buy. It's called Oprah cushion.
You don't know whether to be thankful or scared.
My MacBook locked up. I just now realized I don't know what to do. I don't know if it's recording still.
Just
Yes.
stare.
Look, I did. I'm
Oh,
locked out. I'm locked out of my MacBook.
Well, we'll see how this plays out. Let's just keep going.
Topic
The
list.
audio's still going, so we're good, right?
it's green.
The show must go on.
The show must go on.
The so I had a segue and I totally lost it.
It was something about Oprah, open cushions. And
Oprah's cushions.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It was a cushion.
Tell-
you
Tell
could
me more
buy.
about Oprah's cushions.
Oh my god, that's
Damn cushions.
another idea. Oprah's cushions.
Yeah.
With Oprah Winfrey.
As a
it's
YouTube channel?
You sit on it and you're like, "Are you feeling depressed right now?" Yeah, kind of.
Sit on my cushions.
Sit on my
Sit on my
cushion.
cushions.
Shit on my cushions. Jesus.
Shit on my cushions.
Rated NC-17.
It's a great.
Hey,
way
hey,
to
we
spend
can
it.
get away with R. Did you not see that 50 Shades of Grey is in theater?
That's true. That came out today. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Oh yeah, by the way.
We're recording this on
Kingsman.
Valentine's Day.
Sorry.
Much better movie. You should go see that instead.
What is?
That-
Kingsman?
Kingsman.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right,
awesome.
movie, right?
Also got Samuel L. Jackson.
Both have.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah. Also had Samuel
Wait,
Jackson.
50 Shades of Grey has Samuel L. That'd be a much different S&M movie.
That would be. I'm coming in. Oh no. Sorry.
How did that go again? I'm coming in. I what?
I'm coming in, you motherfucker. He has to say motherfucker at some point in the movie. Because he's actually fucking the mother, which is weird. He's talking to himself. Well, he's saying he's gonna.
I shot Johnny in the face.
Oh.
What do you mean you shot Johnny in the face?
What are you talking about?
Referencing another movie,
Oh, okay.
but putting that in the 50 Shades of Grey genre.
Oh my god.
That a lot of people are actually really upset about 50 Shades. By the way,
Yeah.
I was watching a porn stars react to 50 Shades, and they were all very unhappy.
Why were they unhappy?
They were also naked.
No,
So
hold on, wait. You missed the point where he found a site where porn stars are reviewing movies. You skipped over the part that was the most critical part of what he
I'm not
said.
surprised. I'm not surprised about that. He's already talking about like chaining up people and
so back to puppies.
beads and
Quick segue.
Okay, so what was the problem with 50 Shades?
They were just saying that it's like it's a very male dominant. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I know it's
it's
very
supposed to be
male
about-
dominant. It's very typical though. Like a lot of people consider this thing like very sexual deviant and everything, and it's really just it's
Yeah,
it's
because
normal bondage.
we have to remember
Freaky.
when
Weird.
the whole entire premise. I think what I remember from reviewing said novel because people kept telling me to read it, which I didn't, but I read reviews. Was that,
You read
like,
the cliff notes of the
yeah,
sex book.
Exactly, the spark notes. He
It
walked
shows in bed.
She came, and then like, I think it's supposed to be like she's very like.
That sounds like
closed.
every encounter of my sex life. She walked in. I came. We already? No. Okay.
that's how
Anyway.
babies are made.
Yes.
It's supposed to be like she's like I
Essentially.
don't know, like very shy or whatever, and then this guy opens up her sexual world. That's what 50 Shades of Grey is supposed to be about. Now, here's the thing. If you like an erotic novel is basically like porn for women, which if you really if you're read or like so it's like, oh, he took me to the barn and his glassy body and he felt, and it gets really graphic about like how he pleasures her basically.
Right.
Oh, it's an uncensored version. Of
Well, I
Twilight.
mean, it's
Yeah.
from. Isn't it from the? It's told from the first person. The book is, isn't it? From her perspective. I don't know. I think it's from the first
but
person.
like for men, like porn is romantic. It's just like, oh, you can do whatever you want. So, like,
Yeah.
She can be dominant, or I can be dominant. She can pee, I can pee. Feed.
My
That last part was just it was funny.
my experience with
Oh.
like how women get turned on is like, oh, you scratch my back in the wrong way, or oh, you got to touch me in this way. See, it's like for men, to the erotica for men is she touched my penis, and then that's it.
No.
It's a one-page novel.
No, the erotic. No, she looked at me.
Yeah, she
winked.
she gave me the look.
She
look.
She did this thing,
Uh,
and then she went. This is the bathroom right behind her.
For some reason, I walked in. There was a woman in the bathroom making a jerking off motion.
I didn't know what she was talking about.
One thing led to another.
Here's a weird thing.
50 Shades of Grey.
She killed me like that because it was a knife in her hand. I wasn't paying attention.
That's a.
There's a knife the whole time. She's covered in blood, naked. I wasn't paying.
All right.
Okay.
All right, M. Night Shyamalan. We get it. Yeah.
Look, I watch a lot of horror films and crimes.
I,
That's what I grew up on. Was like
Yeah.
Law and Order.
Psycho, as told by M. Night.
Psycho told by night.
She was jacking me off in the shower, but then it turned out she had a knife in her hand, and I
Yeah.
wasn't being pleasured.
My dick
And I was also-
the knife.
I really hope we can actually use the video.
So
Everyone
here's
in
a
here,
puppy.
I'm laughing, and everyone else just went down into it, just face palmed.
Oh my! How would that work? Hold on. How would that
Oh,
work?
my
It's
head
like,
hurts.
How would the knife be his dick? Does she rip it off and then like stab him? Like how hard is this guy?
No, I think he was born with a knife as a dick. He just never noticed.
How is she turned on? I don't
We're
know
getting
why I'm
into-
asking all these questions. I just have to know.
Edward Penis
You know,
Dick.
some people get off by
Edward
getting
Penis
cut.
Head.
It's coming this summer, so all your questions will be answered.
You spelled coming the wrong way. Spelled the wrong way.
Zane is the secret author to 50 Shades of Grey, Part
Oh,
2.
You're the ghost
Part
writer?
2.
Yeah.
Part 2, from the perspective of the male. It's an action,
It's an action adventure, buddy comedy.
and then Thanos comes out of nowhere. And
Thanos still comes wrong.
oh my god, how
Let's
do we
be honest,
recover
though.
from that? I don't even know where to go from
Well,
that.
anyway, we should go back to comic movies now.
Let's go to
Thanos,
so let's go to our
Thanos
ad
doesn't
read.
do anything every time he shows up. I just want to point that out.
Huh?
He's always sitting down. He doesn't ever do anything.
He's
in
like
every
he's
cameo.
Like every nerd who watches him. He's just like something. I'm Thanos. Sleep back into space.
Yeah, he's all. You better watch what you say. Why don't you come down here and fight me then? Just floats away.
It just fades away.
No, I don't know. I'll be really intimidated by that. I would be. If you're talking to somebody and you're trying to get them really pissed off, you can tell they're pissed off, but they decide just to like. My dad does that. Like, you piss off my dad and he just be like, okay, and walks away. And I'm just like,
That's
You
when you
don't-
expect
you
him
can't
to come
tell if he
flying
left
back with
because
a
he
can.
didn't want to fight, or
or
if
if
you.
he's going to do something else later.
Yeah.
I just leave the house.
You gotta worry.
Oh,
I
that's think about it. Every time Thanos says something, someone else leaves.
Uh-huh.
Even though he's
They're
scooting,
gone.
even though he's scooting back, they're just like, you never get out of that chair. I don't know why you don't get out.
Yeah,
What are you
seriously.
doing?
That's a good business strategy. Like, so we're laying everyone off. What? Why are you laying us off? And you're just scooting out of the room slowly.
Oh no! In my
Don't look
band,
at
I thought
me.
Professor X.
Yes.
I would only do that if I set it up
Moonwalking in
beforehand.
his chair.
I have to have that set up beforehand, so it's like I'm just floating back. The lights are dimming as I'm laughing maniacally,
Whoa.
and then some random smoke comes out. I want full theater production on this bitch.
Just for that. Just to prevent a fight.
You spent $1,000 just for that moment.
Yes.
I want to see like the movie version where it's like he's laughing is slowly fading back into the thing, but they get a shot off, they kneecap him, and it's just him on the ground going ah.
So now we have Family Guy. Awesome.
And that's the end of that arc. Oh god, it hurts. You're supposed to just let me leave.
I just want to see because they're gonna have. I think they're gonna have like Hulk World or
Hulk World?
yeah.
Is that the
I think they're gonna have that war, whatever it is. Like when he gets blasted off into space and he meets his own kind basically.
Well, they're
He's
they're
overpowered.
looking at I mean, first off, they're starting with Civil War and kind of going through all the Civil War stuff. And I
that's
don't
why
really know if
that's a part of
is
Civil
that
War.
a part of
Yeah,
it. So
that's sort of
because
an
I
art.
was, as far as I'm aware, the Civil War stuff. I'm like I said, I was kind of Marvel, but it was more like what my father kind of imparted on me more so than anything. But as far as I'm aware, like this is a 20-year plan. This Civil War stuff, like it's like a 20, the movies at least, is like a 20-year out of all the different movies they're gonna make. So it's It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
They're starting
I'm
with
really confused how he went from Marvel to 50 Shades of Grey, then back to Marvel.
Thanos.
Because
You said
Thanos
Thanos
busts
comes.
into the room.
Thanos comes.
He spelled bust wrong.
Apparently. But just the transition from that is confusing me.
It's when you have a bunch of theater kids or people that love film and comic books and just geek stuff. That's what happens.
And then S&M books.
I don't like S&M books, man.
S-
I like M&M
Apparently,
books.
we
They
should.
open it up and just like M&M's.
Hey,
Is that an actual
But-
genre? I love. Somebody just comes in. Here we go.
You spell it
Someone
wrong.
just goes into the library and just like puts in M&Ms in between books. It's like a little
Okay.
Easter egg hunt. You got to find the M&M
Yeah, but
section.
would you eat them?
Oh
Like,
yeah, heck yeah. I'll
Would
eat
you
those.
seriously?
It depends. I mean, if it's a new book, yes. If it was like if I'm going to the library, it's a raggedy like old book. You know, you got the smudges in between like chapter 47 and 53. You can't really read it.
Well, if you're reading
Those I
one of
might
those
not eat out of.
eroticas, you're
I'm good.
those pages are bound to be smudged.
This whole entire
Somebody's-
book is just stuck together. 50 Sage of...
And so
what?
it goes from and I met my boss all the way to and then he came and it's like there's that whole like 50-page section in the middle that's just stuck together.
And
No, it's
Skittles
rare.
pour out of it.
It's Skittles.
Oh, taste the
Have you
aroma.
seen that commercial? It's it's a Skittles commercial where it's a newlyweds.
Oh, God.
It's newlyweds and they're like having sex on
Oh
the
yeah,
bed.
and then he
And
just
she's like, "Sugar daddy, come give it to me, give it to me." And
Yeah.
she just turns over and he goes, "Oh,"
yeah,
all
just
over her
all
with
the
Skittles. I
That
w-
was an actual commercial.
Wait, wait,
That
wait,
was
that
television.
didn't get banned before it's aired.
I don't think
it
it
was
did.
aired and then it got banned. During daytime,
How
it was
did
like
they
12
pass that?
o'clock.
I
It was
want to
like
know.
12
I want to
o'clock.
know
No,
what
how did
person
they
was just
pass
like,
that?
"This is a good idea. This will make sensors," and it did.
Yeah, it did.
It
Because-
totally
no,
did.
Because it
Who's the
was
center who just passed that? You think he got fired?
no, he wasn't. He didn't get fired. Cause
They were just. Oh,
'Cause
I
I-
didn't know that it was.
yeah, man. I thought it was. I mean, we have Criminal Minds and Law and Order SVU on during the day. I mean, they talk about worse things than we just showed.
Right.
Like really and truly, like as we talked about, I was watching an episode where seriously a kid killed somebody, molested a girl,
But
somehow put a pencil up the girl's and broke her hoo-ha. It was just like a bunch of like all these things.
How-
Yeah, it was a
He
bunch of-
broke the hoo-ha?
how does the hoo-ha break?
I don't know how the hoo-ha broke.
How to
Look,
give us an anatomy lesson on how the hoo-ha breaks.
Ice-T said it and I just listened. Okay.
Okay. The second he starts talking.
I turned and I just listened to the synopsis of the episode too. Through Ice-T every time. So you telling me?
I
Oh,
read
wait,
the
this is
spark
somebody-
notes of TV.
Do they specifically give him the
Yes,
lines to explain
every
everything?
time. Every time.
So
like
he's,
clockwork.
I want to see 50 Shades of Grey as explained by Ice-T.
So you trying to tell me?
He broke
What
his
was
dick off in her hoo-ha.
And
He said,
still
"Bitch."
can't.
He went over there and broke his dick off in a hoo-ha.
well, Sage, I know you're eventually gonna have to take Savannah to see it, so
Well,
you're
see,
gonna have to review that for
see
us.
to see 50 Shades.
Yeah.
I think instead I'm just gonna like read the book to her like every night, just in her sleep. I'm gonna
I'm
read the book to her.
That's just-
I
that's
see
weird-
what it
I'm
does
getting-
to
I'm
her
getting a weird
psyche.
image in my head, and I don't want
Yeah,
it.
I'm getting into weird personal spots of your life.
Yeah, just we're gonna take that moment out.
She-
went through it to Thanos.
This
He's
is-
gonna help her.
Thanos, take it away. It just fades away. Little segment of our podcast called Thanos Avoids the Question.
Thanos, are you going to Iraq to steal oil? That makes you look more suspicious.
He just keeps on backing up.
He just doesn't care.
It just doesn't stop. It's
He would
just
be
one
the
continuous
worst.
shot.
He would be the worst person to try and defend in court. My client did not kill him.
Thanos, how do you plead?
You know Thanos doesn't say actual words sometimes? He just laughs maniacally and scoots away. Yeah, that's a weird personality trait to have. You think he's evil?
In-
Nah, he's good.
Well, in
He saved that puppy for us.
he had. I was surprised he actually did have lines though in the Galaxy
Guardians of the
Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy. Thank you.
Dude,
AKA
the most
Space
lines
Odyssey?
he had
He
was
had
literally
two.
just to threaten the guy who was threatening him and then just leave laughing.
He could have just looked at the person and said, "Bitch, please," and then that was all of his lines. I mean, essentially that was what he
You know what he
said.
could have done? This is what I think he's doing on that chair. He's actually just taking shits.
It's a story.
He's flying. It's
He
a
just
floating
has
toilet.
really-
It's a
Yeah.
You
space
dare
toilet.
disturb
And
me.
he's like, that's why he gets so pissed off. He's like, ugh. No one
That's-
heard that.
That's why he's
That's why he
making a
starts laughing.
face.
He's laughing to cover up the poop noises.
It explains the lines on his face. It's just a
Yeah.
constant scrunch.
Is he just
In
congested
space,
all the
no one
time?
hear you fart.
Need some Pepto-Bismol, is that what he's saying?
Yeah, he's mm.
Okay.
Soon I'll fight your Avengers, and my stomach will be okay. That's what he needs to. That's why he needs the Infinity Gauntlet or whatever it's
Yeah.
called, gloves.
He needs a laxative. That's
Yeah,
what he
but
needs.
it-
Constant constipation.
But he needs that because they don't have that in space. You can't find it anywhere. All the stores are empty. He's like, I need the.
We need to- We need to tie this all together, and like he turns around and Oprah's face is on the toilet. It's Oprah cushion.
Oprah cushion.
Oprah cushion is his chair.
Is it weird when
Circular podcasting right here.
I see the cushion? I just see Oprah's face. It's like a big ass smile on her face.
Uh huh.
I'm Oprah.
He just gets caught in the bathroom, reading 50 Shades of Grey, shitting on Oprah's face while having a lightsaber.
Exactly.
And all of it all at once.
This is
Oh,
all we
having a
JJ, get on it.
I feel like we didn't finish like a real actual topic at all. We just kind of like we started out talking about Marvel stuff, and then we went, oh, other things are happening in the world, and then we kept tanging over different stuff.
We every once in a while talked about vaginas getting broken, and
We won't talk about
and-
that once. First of all, that was the only time we actually had a beginning
and
to a
kids
topic.
getting stabbed. Something about getting your panties taken off.
And,
And-
and having a knife as
And
a
M
dick.
Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
This is the M Night Shyamalan of podcasts.
It's
Is
a
just
twist
twists
and-
constantly.
And
Wait,
nothing
so
actually
which
makes
one of
sense.
us is a werewolf?
Nothing
Well,
makes
is this the last Airbender M. Night Shyamalan?
Yep.
podcast?
We actually need to pronounce all of our names incorrectly, or correctly by different standards.
My name is Pat.
I'm
Rick.
Patrick.
Two
Pat
different
Rick.
names. No,
Pat-
no, two different names.
My
That's
name
how-
is
That's how stupid it is.
Sage. Accent over the A. Zane.
Mine's
Go ahead.
mine's Sage.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are Sage.
I'm just Ethan.
Ethan.
Ethan?
Ethan.
Guess I'm
Eight
Or
for
just,
short.
or just a completely different name.
Just my name is just Life.
My name is Red. My name is the color red.
Yeah. When I came out, my mother didn't really have a name.
My
so
name
they
is
just
Red
named
with
me
a
Life.
W.
Oh, Shebang, that's what I see in my head when you call yourself live.
In the
So what would you like to call your
operator,
child?
the birthing room, she just like grabbed you and pulled you out.
Oh,
held you up.
Shebang, you're finally out of me. I'm going to sleep now. After 48 hours.
Jesus, that's a long labor.
Yeah, there's some people.
It's also a long shit, but
No.
Thanos has beat that too.
You're gonna have an interesting time during that.
Interesting time during labor. I would think labor is an interesting time.
No, it's scary, man. Don't do
It-
it. It's terrible.
Not interesting.
It's a terrible idea because only you hear screaming,
50 Shades of Grey Part
And-
2
and-
got that bitch pregnant.
and then there's poop.
There is. I have been told that the people do poop themselves.
Yeah, there's like something
during
like
labor.
that.
Oh, I thought you were saying there's poop in 50 Shades, and I was like,
There could be. I haven't
I
read
don't
it.
know. I haven't read it either. There could be. There
I-
could be like that.
Dev.
It's a woman who wrote it, right?
Throw in a
Yeah.
Blumpkin
Oh, yeah,
here
she's
and there.
nasty.
You know, some California
Women are
hot
nasty.
This
pocket.
is not a normal thing.
I don't
Google
mean,
it.
I don't mean that like women in general are nasty. I mean like their sexual habits sometimes are just really nasty.
You know
And
what?
outside with some
There was
women, and they really are nasty.
There was a
They really are.
study that actually showed that I think it was like 48% of the people that were surveyed on this actually like a normal housewife fantasy is having sex with the house pet, and it usually is a dog.
Oh.
I will look this study up, but it was
No, it's
it
cool.
freaked me out.
We're
Okay.
okay.
It'll be in the
So-
link. It'll be in the link. It's just a study. You know,
Why?
you don't gotta look it up.
Guys,
Why?
Some
want a
people
puppy?
are not satisfying their women if they're thinking about having sex with a
One
dog.
person is worried. You just sit on the internet all day and you just look up like what's something. weird
I've
about
seen
right
some
now?
shit, man.
do you just
I've seen
do
some
you
shit.
continue to just
I think
scroll on 4chan. Is that site still there?
Yeah, it is definitely still there.
I think Sage goes to
Thriving.
porn. I think Sage goes to porn websites, but tries to find everything that's not porn on the porn websites.
He'll just type in random
I think
things.
That's
He's
what
all.
Sage does.
Did you know there's a whole section of porn where they just
Exorcism.
look at you for the whole time? It's just a woman staring into the camera. I don't actually know if that's true. I'm making this up.
Okay.
I feel like you know it's true. I feel like you're like, what is this? Click. Why
Actually-
are you staring at me?
Actually,
You're
I
paying
have.
for this.
I've met somebody who is an online dominatrix. I met her. It was at an industry night. I met her, and she basically said she has men pay her for her to tell. She doesn't take any clothes off or anything like that. She just tells that man what to do. Like sometimes it's a foot thing, so she just shows them her feet, and that's like $400. Sometimes their fetish is, I like it when a woman drains me dry of money. And so but she has to do it slowly. She can't just be like, all right, put all your money in my bank account. Like she has to like say, oh, well, could you give me like $20 for this? And like, I need an allowance money and like stuff like that. And she makes bank doing this. I could not believe it. I've actually talked to Savannah about maybe doing it. Not her doing it, me doing it. I'll get random men to call me up on Skype. And I'll basically just tell them to give me
This is
money.
probably going to be brought up in court when you're being charged as pimping out your girlfriend.
No. She's not doing it. She is the pimp. I'm the cam whore.
Oh my
It's true.
god. You're recording this, man.
Well,
It could not be recording. We don't know yet.
it could not be. Well,
Don't
we
worry,
got the audio. There's enough. I have enough shit on this podcast for me to be able to never be able to run for president in my life. I don't think I could run for office.
Mr. President, so what was that about you becoming a cam whore?
Mr. President, did you talk about Blumpkins? And I just laugh and go off. That's every press conference.
Why do we even come to these press conferences anymore? It's been 9 years.
How has he held office for 9 years?
He hasn't. People are too afraid to vote against him.
There was that extra year. People just thought it was a really compelling argument when he laughed and walked away.
If you can make everyone in the world afraid of you by your laugh, you're doing something right.
I know, right?
The Hitler of the free world, but less angry and more laughing.
Well, Hitler would. It would be Hitler. It would be more of a. I think of his name.
Mr.
Stalin?
President, can you comment on this
yeah.
genocide?
Oh, okay.
Just walking away.
Well, see, Hitler he liked to speak. He liked to make you feel like you're one of him.
Well, and also like slam the desk a lot. That's what that is the only thing I've taken away from like all dictators in all of world history is if you slam your desk and shout things.
Oh, you're a bad guy?
No, you apparently people will just flock to your cause.
Hey,
Like
it's because it shows strength. It shows that you can continually slam on a desk and not hurt your hand or
Yeah.
something.
it shows power. People are like, whoa. I've tried that in business meetings though. It doesn't actually work. People just are like, who's this? Although I also don't work at the places that I've done that at, so I get escorted out. Google CEO, you must run your search engine this way,
Can you imagine
and then I'm
the
just
CEO
escorted off the premises.
of like McDonald's or something doing that during a meeting?
We don't need to tell them what's in the meat.
I want to see Ronald McDonald do that though. Not an actual
no clowns.
CEO.
No clowns. That would freak
Not
me
an
out.
actual CEO in a business suit. It's like It's like
Yeah, well-
and McDonald's CEO is coming out and just a clown. Ronald McDonald just comes out. Hey guys,
He'd be a
starts
psychopath.
slamming his hand on the
If I
desk.
saw that in real life, I wouldn't sleep. I'll sleep with a knife, just like he's coming for us. He's slamming down his fist. He's a dictator at this point. He wants world domination. He wants to kill everyone in these clowns.
Well, I mean, he's already halfway there, but genocide of all the obese Americans.
Well, I'm close. Man.
Chubbies unite.
What a weird.
Let's go! And you get like 2 steps. You're like,
Attack! Oh God,
passing those fries.
I need my power
Can you
food.
imagine the speeches? We will stand up for it. Whoa.
We will scoot
head rush,
for-
immediate head rush.
We will scoot towards a new future.
But the second you get, machine guns mounted on top of the scooters, we're all fucked. That's an army that won't quit.
No, that's
Until
when
the
you just
battery
start
runs
tipping
out.
them over. They're not tanks.
Actually, no, it's harder to tip someone over if you're tipping them up. You like get their knees and just like hit them in the knee, straight up. Just like if someone's bigger than you, hit them in the knee.
You know that.
Stairs.
But the funny thing is that is dangerous. There was one time me and Savannah were going on a hike, and I just as a joke, being playful, I was like, I'm just gonna tap the back of her knee, just tap the back of her knee. Popped her knee out of joint completely. She had a bruise mark all the way down her leg. I had to carry her down the mountain.
Okay. Also, you should judge who you're doing it to. A girl who's pretty much like a twig.
I
probably shouldn't be messing with her knees because she's gonna just.
I was just being
Shut
playful.
up,
I was just being playful. I just like here, baby, and it's like, and her knee just went the wrong way. It was the worst thing ever.
Future
And
me,
she fell
I
in
did
all the
not
gravel
know
of
at
the
this
hike.
moment
She
that
did this
Sage
in the
was
middle of a
abusive.
hike.
This
That's
was
like
actually
this is a terrible story for you to be telling.
this was actually a murder attempt. Just saying. She happened to be on the edge of the cliff. She fell backwards rather than forwards. It was a
Oh,
whole
she
big
pulled a
mess.
Thanos?
Is that the first time?
She
Is that the
pulled a
first time you ever done that to someone?
Huh?
Is that the first time you ever done that to someone?
No. I did it. We used to do it in high school and middle school. We would like.
So you know the
we like-
danger
You-
of doing
so,
it.
like the first time you do it in
it
high
worked
school,
out
that's when you
every
learn,
time
like,
except for this time. Every other time it was perfectly fine. It was just a harmless joke. This time I pretty much ruined her knee. I destroyed her knee. I broke a knee off in her. Something. I don't know where I was going.
Hoo-ha.
Her hoo-ha.
Her hoo-ha.
Broke a knee off in her hoo-ha.
I regret ever
Not
saying
that
the
bad.
word hoo-ha. I regret saying hoo-ha. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha.
Some Buster Rhymes for you.
Well, we got
damn
we got
That's
about
gonna be ruined.
4 minutes left in this podcast. Any closing thoughts?
We didn't talk about any news. There was 2 things of news.
We can redo it if you want to.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
BioWare, we can finish with this.
No.
BioWare announced that they're gonna have a press conference at E3. You guys want to talk about that at all?
No.
Fallout 4.
No, because what happened
Maybe.
during the last press conference that we got where they're supposed to be showing Star Wars Battlefront?
Bethesda didn't have a conference though.
Oh, did
You
I
said
say
BioWare.
I did say
Oh no,
BioWare.
Bethesda.
I meant to say Bethesda.
Oh, okay.
They're the makers of.
BioWare does E3. They've been doing E3. That's not
Yeah,
news.
Bethesda's so crazy because they're coming out of nowhere because they never come up and.
Fallout
stuff.
4.
So that means they got something big, but they also have a lot of games to announce.
Fallout 4.
It should be.
Maybe.
I
It's been forever.
don't play Fallout.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
good though.
Do you play
know what?
Bethesda games though?
Predictions for E3 right
At all?
now.
Scrim.
Skyrim.
Scrim.
Oh, I played that. That was a good game.
Elder Scrolls?
Basically, Fallout is like it's the exact same style.
I know
What
what
else have they
Fallout
made?
is.
Oh, I don't know.
I just like the fact that I have to walk around where I can just easily steal a car or a horse.
There could be some
GTA
cars
is the
in
game for
Fallout
you,
4.
not Bethesda though.
No, I mean like look, if you're in the future or like
Yeah.
whatever it's supposed to be, whatever
Fallout
post-apocalyptic
future,
world, right?
whatever.
You should be able to like get some jetpacks or something and be able to fly. And there should be never a limit on what you can do, because you're in post-apocalyptic world. Don't you give me that? Don't you say it's not going to be any more resources?
They were nuked. The
yeah.
entire
No,
world
no,
was nuked. That the whole idea is nuclear warfare.
Yeah, but
Take the nuclear energy around you and become Spider-Man or like Hulk or something. Do something.
They just came out of bunkers. Though.
that'll be
I
cool.
want to see you like go into a nuclear plant and be like just walk up to the reactor, just like
breathe
put
in
it like
and
I
warm
know,
yourself
first of
and be
all-
like, hold on, I'm getting powers.
Boy, name me one black person who has radioactive powers in the Marvel universe. Name me one. Go.
And the
Black Spider-Man.
radioactive powers or just powers
I
in
don't
general.
know if that's
Radioactive powers.
radioactive.
Radioactive spider, but I'm talking about actual. Well, actually, it was still be dead. And actually, technically, it's mixed. So
I mean,
Doesn't count then.
Falcon.
Falcon doesn't have any.
Hey, he can communicate with his Falcon, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's radioactive though.
Yeah,
It's
you're-
more of a mutant.
yeah,
He's
you're-
more of a mutant than anything else.
I mean, there's not that many radioactive, just pure radioactive. I mean, if you're talking about radioactive spider, I mean, then you got Spider-Man. That's a radioactive spider,
Hulk,
but not direct
technically, right?
radioactivity.
Hulk,
Yeah.
Captain America.
That's gamma. That's gamma stuff.
That's
Still radiation.
It's
it's
radiation. That's a
It's
level
all-
of radiation.
Okay, the thing about Marvel is that they're supposed to be everyone in there is supposed to be mutated from nuclear experiments.
Except for
No, all
mutants.
mutants.
Mutants are
Mutants are supposed to be. That's where
born.
the gene
They're
comes
born
from.
from though.
That's where the gene comes from. from mutation from.
Dropping the bombs.
I
on
can't.
Japan, boy.
I can't argue with you because I don't know. I'm gonna look this up.
It's doing.
I'm gonna challenge you, and then I'm gonna laugh backing away. I'm
When
just
you
gonna drop my knowledge
And then
and
just
laugh backing away.
You're doing
Even
it
if
all
you're
wrong
wrong.
because you're actually saying.
I'm actually
you're
saying things.
words.
I just gotta laugh and back
Yeah.
away. I just gotta laugh and not accept your point. Just laugh and walk away. That's the best way to have a debate.
We didn't talk about any news.
down to
I think it's my fault.
I love how we keep on talking about news, and then we keep on saying we're not talking about news.
That's fine.
Because you know what?
I haven't kept up on
Movies.
any of the news lately, so it doesn't matter.
Well, it's pretty dry lately.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, I keep wanting to do this, and then I keep remembering I'm off camera. So, gotta
You
get.
don't even know if the camera's still going.
I don't know if the camera's still going. It doesn't matter. I'm off podcast. If I'm over here, no one can hear me now, right? I'm just gone from the podcast.
Bye.
Later.
Who's talking?
Are we done?
What?
Was that the
I
outro?
said bye to you.
That's- All right.
No, if we're ending, we have to Thanos it.
Yeah, we have,
We have
to.
to Thanos.
Yeah.
Any
It's the
last
only
minute?
option at this point. We
any-
made so many jokes about Thanos.
Well, any last minute things? Anything we can think of just real fast?
Video game movies.
I covered everything I got.
A lot of video game movies coming.
The Netflix, we were talking about Netflix,
Yeah,
Daredevil,
Daredevil, the
Zelda movie,
The live action. It's gonna be live action, is what I've been told. So that's my only thing
Which is
where I'm kind of
scary.
weird about it.
Yeah.
A live action Legend of Zelda sounds a little
Well,
weird.
excuse me, princess. God, that was awful. Have you guys not seen that? That was the cartoon,
The cartoon,
Legend of
yeah.
Zelda. Or was that was called Link though, wasn't it? It was actually labeled Link, wasn't it?
I don't
No,
think
was it
labeled
Zelda?
Link.
I
It's
know,
terrible though.
I know this because I remember looking at it, the VHS, and I'm like.
You just
But
pushed
then
away.
Then I stupidly picked up Mario Brothers instead.
There you go. The live action Mario Brothers.
Hey, when I was that young, that movie was awesome.
That movie made me mad now watching it because I'm just like, none of this made sense.
That's one of
Yeah.
those movies though that you like. You
It's so good to
you
watch,
can
though.
enjoy
It's
it
fun.
if you go in knowing it's bad. Like knowing it's
Yeah.
not. You're not watching it for like a good experience. You're watching it kind of just to like
It's a drinking
turn your
game.
brain off. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, hopefully this is better. I'm hoping they don't have a voice for Link. I'm kind of hoping they just.
No, they gotta give it. I feel like they have to give him a voice.
No,
You think
they
so?
don't.
If they're going for a full 12 episode
No,
series,
they don't. You can easily have someone not talk.
Just
for
have
the whole
Navi
entire
do
time.
everything
Yeah,
the whole
like,
time.
I don't think my thing is they
That'd
can't.
be
I'm
so
saying I
annoying.
don't think they will. I think they're going to give him a voice.
I don't think they really should though.
Now,
No, I don't think they should, but
No, I mean like I don't like Legend of Zelda because it's not my forte, but it's just like
I
it's
never
like do I
played
really,
it.
do I have to backtrack 5 minutes like every 5 minutes to get something? Do I really have to do that? I don't really want to. But to give him a voice would be kind of like it would be less interesting because then you actually know his thoughts and his opinions. The fun part is just to like watch him like make facial expressions.
Yeah.
The thing that I am worried though about that though is the fact that comes across a little bit easier in a game because you kind of personify yourself as the character as Link, as whoever your controller character is, and it really works out well for games. I don't know if it will work out as well because I mean it's a different experience, TV versus game. I mean you're kind of having to interpret a lot with TV. They could do
It's
it.
a visual. See, the thing is that
Silent movie.
people don't understand. Thank you. Things people don't
Well,
understand.
they still had
is
title
that-
cards. That was what they were saying.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but they
used
did.
Like, but it was like it's a visual art form.
True.
Television, games, everything we're talking about basically is all a visual art form. If you need someone to spell it out for you, you should probably just stop watching.
Well, I'm not saying it's
Read a
impossible.
book.
I'm not saying it's impossible by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not saying that. I'm more saying the fact that it will be tough because I don't think people will be personifying themselves onto the character as much as you would a game with a TV show.
No, you do that.
You're more trying to read what that person is.
No.
At least the way I
Okay,
find it.
the best action movies. Who's the best like action hero you can think of?
Bond. I don't know.
No, like character wise.
Uh,
I'm sorry, actor. Actor.
I don't like these games.
All right, Keanu Reeves. He's one.
Okay.
He's the best. You know why? He
Why?
has no facial expressions. He barely even has any emotions. He just says words, and you connect with him because you're placing yourself in his position.
My only disagreement on that one is the fact that I feel like that's actually a criticism though as well. I mean,
No,
you're
it's
making
not-
it a
it's not- it's not
you're
a
making
criticism. It's how he acts.
No, I'm saying you're making it you're making a compliment, a good thing of how he acts. You like that. I actually don't like it. I think that he, especially a lot of times, I mean, he doesn't put emotion where there should be emotion, in my opinion. I find that I don't actually connect with a lot of Keanu Reeves characters because he's very flat and bland.
Well, they're no reason, but they're number one because you're trying to. My thing is like when you watch a movie or you're watching a story or whatever, you're putting yourself in that position at all times. So, but like
we watch things differently. I mean, I think it just comes down to that. I
Yeah.
watch it for I want to see what it is, and I mean, maybe I don't use as much of my brain as I probably should.
Well,
But-
it's either sympathy or empathy. It's which way you view
I'm not-
movies,
I'm
or
not
do you?
sympathetic. I'm mostly like I watch things to see how it goes,
Right.
and I'm like, oh, that was a stupid decision that you made. Even if it's like a kid died because of that person, I'm like, you deserve for that kid to die.
Right.
Yeah, like why did you do that one thing to have the kid die?
Well, and I'm very curious to see how they do it. But I mean, it's one of those things where it's like we won't really know until
Yeah.
we see it. I mean, it could go either ways.
As long as we don't get that Dinklebot.
Dinklebot?
What
The random voice in your
It's
ear.
it's basically the one character that shows up to explain stuff that we already know. Like, hey, bullets hurt.
Oh, they should do it for the Deadpool movie.
Mega Man. Did you know this was hard? But yeah,
I want to see that for Deadpool movie
Oh yeah,
because
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is like he was really pushing for that art. He's pushing for that art so hard.
I really like that sneak peek we got. That was
That one's from like 2004.
I'm excited.
something
I'm
like
excited
that, but
for that.
if the movie is anything like that,
It isn't. Here's the thing, though.
Pretty
Like, if they do it correctly, it doesn't need to have a lot of cursing or blood. It just needs to have Deadpool being Deadpool.
yeah.
And then have him at one point actually being an actual person. or
Oddly
something.
enough, I don't think I remember Deadpool. I mean, cursing all that much as it was. He
He's
cursed, but it was like in the in the comics, at least the ones I've read. Once again, I'm not challenging anyone on there.
No.
But it's the ones that I've read. It's like bleeped out in the comics, and I feel I think they might have done that in the game that they came out with.
No,
I think
he was cursing a lot.
was he cursing?
Yeah.
So
It's because remember the Max, Marvel Max or Max Marvel, whatever
Uh-huh.
it is, the mature Marvel material.
Mhm.
And so they switched over to that sometimes. And he's just cursing and there's boobs everywhere and there's tacos.
well, you definitely need boobs everywhere. That's a given. But I mean, you could almost like cheesy censor the movie even, and it would still be a
Yeah.
very good experience. I think.
If they do it correctly, because it could, because to me, if they do it like every punch by punch by punch by punch Deadpool, it'll get annoying for me. But if they do like the Deadpool is trying to get away from the reality that he's living, that would be interesting. Deadpool, I'd love to see that. Like he knows he's in a movie and in all these comic books and all these things. Like he's such a meta character because he knows
Yeah.
everything around him.
Well, he breaks the fourth wall
Yeah.
constantly.
And like the interesting thing would be like him psychologically breaking at one point in the movie because he like watched a kid get hit by a car. Like I don't know so many kids today. He watched someone get
Kids die all the time
yeah. Well, he
while
watched,
breaking
he's
a
trying to-
pencil off in a.
Remind me
Hoo-ha.
never to allow any of you to watch my kid.
Let me watch your kids, man. I give them a lot of sugar, and I'm like, kids, don't jump out the window. Jumping out windows are fun.
You can fly if you believe. You can fly.
Don't glitter. It's called pixie dust.
Oh wait, well, just wait till we get like holographic displays and everything. That's
Oh
gonna be
my
Have you seen-
amazing.
Have you seen that Key and Peele sketch? You can fly if you believe. You can fly. Obviously, he's meaning metaphorically.
Oh,
because
that's
he's-
right.
No, you
kids,
can actually
you can
fly.
fly.
You can actually fly.
You can go
Jump-
out to the freeway and
Get
you'll
on-
turn into a robot.
Get on the ceiling. Get on the roof. Jump off the roof. You can fly. I would like to
I
retract some statements
I
I made
realized
earlier.
that I did not know the difference between literally and metaphorically.
They're so
Oh, no.
dark. All this. Now, see, if Key and Peele were to write Deadpool, sold.
That'd be great.
That would be
Yeah.
a great movie right there. 'Cause
It would be a movie of sketches. It'd just be sections.
That's how they write their sketches, though.
That's true.
They write it like as if it's gonna be a cinematic movie, which is brilliant.
Yep. I definitely think I want to see what they label that movie as though. Like what the genre of that movie is going to be. Like action comedy is kind of seems like what it
Yeah,
would
it's
be.
gonna be action comedy. Yeah.
But I mean, there is a possibility they do what they do with a lot of superhero movies. I mean, they make it less campy and more drama and everything. I mean, even like Captain America, super campy in the comics, a bit more dramatic. I mean, it was still campy, but it very dramatic.
Yeah,
I like
the second one was super dramatic.
I like the first one because it had that campiness, and I love that.
Yeah.
It was a period film, and I love that. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, cool, period film. Yes. And then I was like, oh, this one's a spy movie, which is going to be the best comic movie you can ever imagine. No one believed me when I said that. It's like, guys, Captain America, Winter Soldier, it's going to be the badass movie. And people were like, no, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm like, no. Chris Pratt's awesome, yes. Chris Evans, dramatic role, superhero, which he takes seriously.
True.
Done. It's in a story.
All right.
Although Chris Pratt, buff, swole.
He can.
I cannot believe how big of a change he's made. Just
Yeah.
saying. Just leaving
Yeah.
it there. We don't really gotta talk about. Don't gotta
His
talk about.
body
That's
when he
a-
glistened in that movie.
It's
Saw when he
yeah.
glistened.
Okay.
He glistened
So
50
He
Shades.
was like he was
he
like 50
should-
50 Shades of Chris Pratt right there.
50 Shades of Chris Pratt. It's all flesh colored.
Oh yeah, he goes from him being
Make
all
it a
bulgy- Make it a movie.
All right.
Oh, this looks good. You know what? Actually, there's not enough bondage. Can we add some more?
I want to see
We're still talking about Chris Pratt.
Rocket Raccoon bondage. There you go. Get
Wow.
the Rocket
That's
Raccoon.
bestiality, too.
Rocket Raccoon. It's bestiality and using Groot to tie him up.
Becomes
It's canon
hentai.
now. It was said on a podcast that nobody listens to. It's canon
What is it? Rule 34?
Yeah, Rule 34. Yeah,
if it exists.
if it exists, there's gonna be porn. There will be porn.
Well, this has been another podcast. I don't really know. I guess it's a podcast,
I think
or
it's just rambling.
or it's a slash fic.
Yeah,
I don't know.
How are you gonna edit this?
I'm not. I'm just gonna delete it. The second we're done, it's gone.
You should do another one.
Have fun getting all those images that you're talking about, especially for those Blumpkins.
I'm just like I said, it's just gonna be a Google image. I'm just gonna put Google up and just
Say, go for yourself. Search, find it.
buyer
I'm
beware.
feeling lucky.
Yeah.
Should we be all, hey, you should exercise some actual thinking here.
Exercise. No.
What the?
Exercise actual thinking. That sounds like an insult. Stop being dumb.
Yeah. Well,
podcast.
This
we are Americans.
What is
let's
the
be
thing?
honest.
This is intended for a mature audience.
We got that
Viewership.
explicit tag. We're good. That means we can
Something
do
to the
anything.
advice.
We can murder a puppy on this podcast. It'll be fine.
Hey guys. Today we'll be talking about puppy killing.
Hey,
First, hold it down. No, shh.
guys. Guys, the dog's not innocent because obviously your wife is gonna want to fuck it.
Apparently.
You wanna fuck my wife?
I have a weird feeling that was a Key and Peele sketch too. But anyway, wrapping it up.
It was.
What?
Keep it.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna Thanos it out.